Hello and welcome to WhatMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. And we are up and running, a little bit of live, and there's a few people live already with us. A big shout out to Gerard. Hooray for training cancelled. Training is cancelled. This is not acceptable, but it's good to have you along. Thank you very much. And hi, of course, Barry. Hi, Barry. Yeah, you're very, very... Hang on. Just a second. This is just for Barry. Nobody else look at the screen. There we go. Dan. Hi, Dan. WRD Dan. And Paul. Hey, peeps. Hey to you, Paul. Excellent. Up and running. I'm going to be doing a live one, as always, the top performing map of the moment. Give you a little bit of behind the scenes, what's been going on. You may or may not have seen the episode 1 of... they do, yeah, we'll get to that. Yeah, you may have seen episode 1 of the complete guide to map making. If you haven't seen it, that should be next on your list of priorities. They're quite short. The intention with the series was to keep it all bite-sized, to keep everything as trim as possible. Some episodes are going to be longer than others, as you'd expect. So the first couple are quite short, but it's an introduction to get you started. And then it's 10 episodes long, and some of them may be up to about 20 minutes in length. They couldn't be kept any shorter, short of actually making it 2 episodes, but I'm sure people can deal with a 20-minute episode. So yes, so there's that. I am wrangling at the moment with the rendering software because episode 2 is almost ready. It's going to be going out there to the BonBon buddies for proof watching. They'll pull me up on any errors or any problems. There are a couple of the episode 1 had a couple of things that needed editing near the end. So yeah, there a little bit of proof watching from them. So hopefully episode 2 will be up in I reckon Sunday next week. Definitely not this weekend, but by Sunday next week. That's if I can get the rendering to work on it, because I've spent the last hour and a half just trying to get it to render, and it's not playing ball, but we'll make it work anyway. Hi. My grumbles. There we go. You've seen episode 1 indeed. Really great start. Thank you very much. Yep. Thanks for that. If you knew... Oh. Hello. Park in my living room, why don't you? An idiot chasing him. Anyway, yeah, if you knew the amount of hours that... Yeah, even the scripting took best part of a year. Admittedly, wasn't a good year for me, and the scripting was interrupted quite heavily. But yes, I started this about a year ago, and finally it's making it onto the screen. But anyway, yes, let's talk about today's first map. When I say the first map, there'll be one along in a couple of hours for the channel supporters. If you're a BonBon buddy, then you can follow along a bit later on with a request map. I think the request map is from Cities by Diana. I think. Was that last week? I'm losing track of what's what. But yes. Get that bingo card, absolutely. BonBonBingo link is in the description, apparently. Right, so let's have a little look at the web page for the Steam page for Passau. Passau by Uncle Ron. You know it's Uncle Ron because we have the Here we go. It does look really good, doesn't it? It's Uncle Ron. I reckon they spent hours and hours and hours. Actually, I've read the comments. They didn't. It's incredible what they've done here in actually what is a very quick build. Very, very quick build. So it just goes to show you don't need to spend 100 hours in the editor to produce a map that looks amazing. You can do it fairly quickly. Info pages are there. Anyway, let's scroll down. So we have a link to the maps. It's a mass transit map. You will need mass transit for this one. Nearly getting on towards 3,000 subscribers already, so that's superb. A 1-to-1 scale of the city of Passau in Lower Bavaria, Germany, also known as here we go, Dreiflussstadt. Anybody who's German, who's just listened to me butcher their language, I apologise, but my grandfather didn't teach me anything, sadly. German grandfather. Yes, you may or may not know. Anyway, as the River Danube is joined by the Inn from the south and the Ilz, I'm guessing, from the north. The Inn is the border between Germany and Austria, so we've got two countries here. Passau is notable for its Gothic and Baroque architecture. The city is dominated by the Okay, we'll skip the geography lesson, but it's good that it's in there. I like it. It's only a paragraph long as well, which is nice. The download contains two map versions. There's a Tree Anarchy version and a non-Tree Anarchy version. This is an edit by Uncle Ron, because that was picked up on. There was a little confusing, the original edits, but it has been corrected or clarified, I guess, by Uncle Ron, because they're a top creator. Good to see. Recommend using the Euro 4K map theme, which is what we will be doing, or what we are doing already. No controller renewal is recommended. I have that anyway. One thing I'm not doing, but I'm not going to mark down Uncle Ron on this because I just can't be bothered faffing about. not for a map review. The bridges, I'm guessing, are low, so therefore cargo river ships and river ships. We've got links to a couple of non-vanilla assets, and then you use the advanced vehicle options mod. You'll get rid of the vanilla big cruisers and stuff like that, and you'll get a couple of ships that will run through the low bridges there. I'm not going to set it up. If we see any ships going through low bridges, we'll have a laugh, but it won't be at Uncle Ron's expense. It'll be at my expense for not actually doing it. But nobody's going to lose any points for it because it's all here. This paragraph covers it all. Then I'd welcome your feedback and questions. Okay, we'll give some feedback. Thanks to everybody, of course, to everybody. Got a few tags there. And then down here, so yeah, we've got some great feedback here, including Karina's been in the house, Spectex has been in the house. Who else do we know? I don't know anyone, any of these other names. Bora Bora's in the house. Anyway, yes. So it could be good. Could be good. 100% vanilla, one would assume. We will soon find that one out. Right, let me throw you back to the map. There we go. Let's have a little look in the chat. Didn't know that it's possible to upload two maps in one go. Apparently it is. I've got to be honest with you. That's something I'm going to have to learn. I'm going to have to get Uncle Ron to teach me. Uncle Ron, great creator, and I'm sure they'll teach me. But yeah, it's something that is possible, but I do not know how. Hey, it's Uncle Ron. Hey, Uncle Ron. Thanks for reviewing the map, BonBon. Brief was to create a map while bored, and it's only meant to be 4 hours work, nothing fancy. So we are probably just going to marvel at what somebody can create in 4 hours here. Okay, just 4 hours. Good to have you along, Uncle Ron. We'll have a little look at what you've done for us. So yeah, the Euro 4K theme. I've just for laziness sake, I know when there's no prescribed theme, we always go with a realistic 1.2. I'm now going with the one that automatically loads with Render It. It's my preferred theme, actually. I do love the realistic by Reaper, Final LUT. Big fan of it, and I'm glad that Render It agrees with me. So unless otherwise prescribed, we're now on realistic by Reaper. Okay, good. Let's have a look at what we have. So terrain heights, pretty much what we're expecting. This has to be from a height map. We'll be covering height maps, a bit more detail, not a lot more detail, but a bit more detail. Episode 3 of the map making tutorial series. We won't go into huge detail because I've already got a tutorial on. I know it's the wrong website, but it's the same process more or less. Right, resources. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. So we've got ore for river detailing, I feel, but you can, I guess, if you want to, ore mine in the rivers, you can. Oil underneath. Again, I think most of the resource painting has been done for aesthetic purposes by the looks of it, but it's accessible, it's there, you can do what you like with it. Then we have, if you've got Sunset Harbour, you want to do some fishing, it's a river map. Considering it's a river map, we've got a real mix of the fishies there. That is quite impressive. All credit to Uncle Ron there. Yeah, just looking in the chat there. Speed map creation is a real test. Yes. Anybody who's not seen my 90-minute map attack series, my most successful one was Date, Japan. It turned out to be better rated on Steam than what was there? Was it Bonbon Island? An hour and a half better than Bonbon Island. Well, what can I say? Right, anyway, so we've got that one there. I guess we should have a look at these because we know the shipping routes, because Uncle Ron has already told us that we have got to be a little bit with the river boats and such. But we have this one coming in following the river. Make sure we don't do any cross country. It's a little close, but it's these river boats are very narrow, and it's they'll be fine. They'll be fine. Up this way. Again, it gets very tight up here. Oh, it looks like I've got to start the simulation. These spikes are water, so we'll just let the that's not a problem. That fix itself very, very quickly there. That's not a worry. Right, let's go back to this. We follow the route up. Here's your bridge. Now, I fear that there's going to be pillar clipping here. I think we've got pillar clipping. I'm not going to, like I say, we could load in the boats, but I'm not gonna. But I think that, it'll be any ships coming up towards us will collide with that pillar. The bridge height looks fine for the custom bridges, but I just think that I haven't seen these custom boats run for a while, but I think there's no way that that's going to avoid a clipping. And also, this is definitely got to be a clipping as well, surely. Anyway, yes. If that's the biggest problem with the map, then I'm sure Uncle Ron can take that on the chin. They've got a very broad chin. I've not seen it, but I'm assuming they've got a very broad chin. Right. Okay, let's have a little look down here. Well, there's no question that we have indeed... Was that sirens? I think there might be sirens in the distance. Maybe heading this way. Yes, a water flow in the start square is definitely there. And I'm guessing from the description that means the Danube, the blue Danube, starts here. I'm assuming. Okay. Right, so we've taken in all of that. Let me pull the camera back. I'm not sure which way was... I think this way was up, wasn't it? Yeah, that way was up. So, excuse me. So, I can't quite make out the routes. We have the main freeway, highway, Autobahn going there. Start square is up here, so I think we'll start down here. We'll take the third exit and then follow the road in from there. Could take the second exit, but a third exit means we can look at 3 intersections. We'll take the and that'll lead us in. We've got rail. I think that looks like rail there. I think that looks like rail, and we can follow the rail back down the river. That's the plan. Don't know if it's a good plan, but it's a plan, and we're going with it. Mass transit roads, indeed. We have got that listed. A little bit of slight glitching between the two highways that bothers some people and doesn't bother others. But I have to mention it because if I don't, then I get told off by other people. Going, you didn't mention it. You had to go about my map. You docked a star on my map. And did I? I don't know. I don't remember. I've done too many maps. A slight little... This kind of thing, actually, I'm in two minds on. Because yes, we do know it's clipping through, but it also looks like it could just be overhanging. And I could buy into the thought that that is overhanging. That is fine. So there we go. You see, I can be forgiving. I can. It's a rare thing. But yeah, this is the Euro 4K theme. Was it Pidelmo, I think, wasn't it? I remember seeing made this one. And the realistic by Reaper. First intersection. I'm guessing these are based very nicely on the true road layouts, because these look like something that the Germans and the Austrians were built. This pillar is flirting flirting with the road. Doesn't quite make it onto the road, so that's all right. And then let's just have a little look, see if this could be a bit low. Ooh. Now, if we pop up at any point, this will be too low. Just rolling through. Just rolling. Oh, look at that. That is magnificent. It feels too low, but the game is very happy for me to drive through and underneath. So, yep, you got away with that one. I know you didn't get away with it because you spent at least 3.5 hours, if you 4 hours, checking that. I do notice we do have this little fella though. Little street light clipping through the underside because it's a low bridge. But other than that, high school. Right, so nice bridge. It's a big old bridge. Everybody loves a big old bridge. There's one for the BonBonBingo players. I don't even know if Big Old Bridge... I think Big Old Bridge is on the bingo cards, isn't it? I think. It's been such a long time since I made them. Oh, I didn't know how many to make. I think I made 50 in the end. I've got to stop at some point. Right, this chiseled away cutting looks very good. Looks very, very good. There's a little bit of... sort of like repeated zigzag here, but it's subtle, and I think I'm okay with it. It's not the most amazing. This side bothers me more. If you're going to talk about the repeating, again, this is something that I think episode 2 of the complete guide to map making, where it covers this repeating texture. It's very difficult to do anything with, and it's minor. It's minor. So, I mean, still, all things being things being true, it still looks good. It's just a minor grumble. We do enjoy our minor grumbles. Don't I? Yeah. Let me have a quick look there whilst I'm rolling along here. Speed map creator. Wow, those fishies. Good. It was a good fishing map. Getting tuna is quite difficult. Yep. Basic maps, they do. They do. They perform exceptionally well. A good one, anyway. Now this intersection here, I'm just looking at that, and that's worrying me a little bit there. How's that looking? It's pretty steep, considering you're entering an autobahn or whatever there. So yeah, I think just a little bit of smoothing there could be a slight improvement. Let's check this one for stray street lamps. Nothing going on there. That's good. And that, if anything, looks higher than the previous one. So I'm not even going to try and drive through and under it. So it's good. But again, another one, another really good looking, totally believable intersection. I'm seeing this and I'm thinking there's a small potential for this to have blue mantle. So let's have a little look around here. And have you put a pillar in there? to force that. If you have, it worked. A little bit, yeah. It's a fine job. I think wasn't it the next intersection we're leaving at? If it's not, we'll just whiz back. If there isn't another intersection, we'll just whiz back. Looks like it up there. Some sort of bridge, a bridge-a-marie going on over there. Is everybody having a good day anyway? I hope so. I hope so. So, okay, Parklow there. Nicely smidgened in. Don't worry about these. I'd never mark down on these. It's worth mentioning, but it's nothing anybody can do anything about, and so we'll just accept it. Just accept it. Very nice. Very nice work indeed. Right, we'll take the exit as promised and head down. We've just followed this road all the way down to the end now, which will be the start square. Yeah, so, yeah, I've had a really mundane day, a menial task day. I've been sorting candy into bags, but it's been a count rather than a weight. So I've been literally counting 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 for I don't know, about 6 hours. Needed doing. It's not quite job done. There was a lot to do, but it did need doing. And yes, like a little bit of classic music in the background just to break my brain. Well, stop my brain from breaking, I guess. Not break with the brain. Somebody made it. I can't see your name at the moment, but I will in a moment have a little look-see. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's not a perfectly flat map, so the roads are going to undulate a little bit. But yeah, we'll have a little look-see and see who has just made it in a moment. Just want to make it. I want to make it to the end of the roads here and into Start Square territory, which is there, and we have the double rail. Now, it looks to me like this probably wants to go off that way, but I imagine that we are just looping around here. Let's have a little underground look. There we go. Yeah, we're just looping back on ourselves. That is fine. That is absolutely fine. So, we have rail. And I'm just going to... Well, I said we're going to follow the river. But as I know that that's just going to follow the river, and we can see it from here, guys. All right, look, there we go. There we are. I'm going to go the other way. I didn't realise there was going to be another way. Let's go the other way. Yep. Nice and smooth. Right, okay, start of map water flow. That's all that is. I'm going to move the simulation along. I've just upped the speed of the simulation a little bit. Got a little bit of trees in the catenaries. A little bit of trees there. But yeah, I've just moved the simulation along, and hopefully that will resolve itself fairly quickly. Always let the game, let the water physics settle down when you load the map up. As long as we don't get this repeating, and it's possible. Oh, look at this. I do love a lovely little custom water feature thing. And that is a lovely little custom water feature thing. That's a flood barrier, isn't it? It's got to be like we have one on the Thames in London. So to prevent flooding, I imagine, I correct me if I'm wrong, but this to me looks like it's supposed to open and close to control the water flow and prevent the city downstream from flooding. It also looks like it's giving us power, which might be nice. But yes, very nicely done. That very, very pretty, very simple. Sometimes it's all about keeping it simple and keeping it believable. And I think we've got that here. Nice meandering river, rail running along the side. Again, that makes all the sense in the world as well. I've not checked Google Earth. I don't care. This feels like it's a real place. You know, what can I do? What can I say? This little bit of cutting here, that's just one part, the one part that feels a little bit out of place. Just there. I know it's needed, and who am I to argue with nature? But yeah, that's a bit that feels a bit out of place. This one feels like it needs a cutting if we're going to run that close to the hill. But the other one just feels a little bit, yeah, unnecessary. They could have done some I don't know, terrain work, whatever, as they say. Right, hang on, I was going to check who made it. AB made it. Hey, hello AB. Yep, good to have you along. Right, so I did notice it's a castle, so let's go and have a little look at it's a castle. Okay, placement's very nice actually. Again, historic town, I imagine. I don't know Passau at all. But Bavaria, yeah, very historic area. And a little simply done. It's not always about having the most complex, clever design, multi-tiered, you know. Sometimes something like this is all you need. And on a map like this, I think Uncle Ron's right. That's all you need. And it looks great. It absolutely looks brilliant there. So we got that. I'm going to follow this river up. This stream up even. Hang on. We got no, that's fine. I just thought we had another little water finacle going on there. The river up here looks a bit awkward. Now, if you're going to spend 4 hours making a map, I'd expect a little intricate bit of river like this to look and feel a bit awkward. Like we've got this. We've got, you know, these little green sections here where then you've got up below the cuttings. And then this little area here. I'm pretty sure Uncle Ron would want to spend more time on this. If it wasn't like a 4-hour map build, they probably would. And like here, I don't know if this is permanent. Maybe we'll come back and have a look at this in a moment. So if I store that into the memory, yeah, this loop looks a bit awkward. Maybe it's like that in real life. Maybe it is. What do I know? But yeah, we've got a little bit of the zigzags going on here. We'll look at that tree in a moment. I can see a little bit of this, sort of like the zigzags here as well. So it looks a little bit underworked there. We do have one tree going for a little paddle. It's okay. It's okay. Why? Why is it okay, everybody? Somebody please tell me in the chat. Save me saying it. There, yeah, we've got a little... Don't mind that too much. Doesn't quite feel pondy enough. But maybe the river does do this here. Or lakey enough. Yeah, I think the upper reaches of this river... I mean, I like the shape here. But there are just one or two places that I'm suspending my belief a little bit. And then we've got more rugged going up into the hills. This is nice. Again, a few more hours spent on it can make that really come to life. And again, we've got another little bit of river there that, yeah. I'm picking out the bad bits. I want to say the bad bits. They're not bad bits. They're not awful. They're just... I'm picking out the bits And we'll concentrate on the good bits in a moment. There are plenty of decent things to say about this as well. But you know me, I like going, oh, look, I found something. I found something. I did. Like this ravine, this valley. You know what? I think the theme mix on this, or not the theme mix, it's just a theme, isn't it? And the tree work, whilst unspectacular, is on point. I'm not entirely sold on the way that, I mean, we've got camouflage style. I'm not entirely sold on it, but I can see why we've gone with this. This does work. It does work. Bulletproof blouses here. Hey, excellent. Oh yes, trunks. Yes, the tree. It does indeed have its trunks on. Oh, you're not new to the show, are you? It's BonBonB. Yeah, it is. It is BonBonB. I am very much in the house. Bit of a forest going on there. Again, the tree density feels about right for the sort of map that we've got. It's not super dense, but it's dense enough. It carries a story of what we've got going on here, and for that I think we have a win. Now, we went up that route. Now I'm going to have a little look over here. So yeah, we managed to avoid the blue mantle here. I'm not sure how. Got to say, the viaduct there feels a bit awkward. Just a little bit awkward. The way it comes down. It's good and level at this end. I'm sure it's awkward like this in real life, but it just looks and feels a little bit, yeah, very difficult to, especially with real life location maps, trying to get them to be real, you know, to work in game. And once the map's been made, and sometimes you look at it and you get this. What are you guys doing? Oh, okay. I'm guessing that's a thing in real life. Okay. I'm guessing. Not the most efficient. That little bit there. We have a little road over rail. Nicely done. Nice little road over water. Nicely done. I'm leaving the simulation running on high speed because I want the water to sort itself out. So when we go back and have a look at that, this is a nice shape part of the river as well. And we've got this as well. It's interesting. So I'm just looking at Gerard's comment there. Yes. Yes. Is it? Mind you, maybe it's a British thing. I don't know. Maybe it's a British thing. But typically, yeah, trunks in the UK are I don't know, what do you call them elsewhere in the world? The budgie smugglers. Yep. Hey ho. Yeah, indeed. TMPE, indeed. Got a few little divots down here again that I just don't buy into entirely. Like the overall shape, but and again we've got kind of like a divoty type thing. Probably from the height map, because again, if you're going to spend 4 hours, there's a limit to what you can do. We've got a little lake over here. I missed the lake. Or pond. It's kind of sweet. Again, it just feels a little bit underworked. But in 4 hours, that's what I'd expect. Overall the map is pretty splendid. Little island in the river as well. Always a pleasure to see them. Right, let me skip back to... Was it here? Did I save this? I thought I saved where the water was lumping, but maybe not. So yes, so that is permanent. That little bit of water going on there. Let me slow the simulation down again to normal. So yeah, that's that loop there is a, if you don't like the loop, you're going to have to do a little bit of work on that. And in terms of water flow, am I seeing any problems with a second ripple? I'm not expecting to. I'm not seeing anything here that would cause a ripple other than what was clearly a start of map ripple, possibly caused by the dam. Possibly caused by the dam. So once that had sorted itself out, we were good and golden. It's pretty nice. Just have a look down there. What have we done here? Just a few pillars down alongside there. Yeah. It's very, very neat. Right. I don't know if there's actually much more for us to look at. There was a little pond over here that we hadn't looked at. So we'll have a little look at that. That's a little round pond there. Again, just feels a bit chiseled and a little bit underworked. Underworked is, I think, going to be the phrase that we use for this one. And, oh, only because, so people can laugh at BonBon. That one's going to hit first, isn't it? So we're going to come over here. So, yes. Remember, these bridges, there we go. Shipping will go through the pillars. And if I head over to this one, this remember, these will be the river cargo boats. So don't worry about the bridges being too low if you've just joined, or if you're you fast forward to this section. Uncle Ron has given links to the AVO mod and to a couple of river boats that will be low enough to go underneath the bridges, but those pillars are actually slap bang in the middle of the shipping route, so there's no way that the boats would have avoided them. So we have that. Right, okay, I'm going to park this camera down, unless anybody's got anything that I have missed, especially Uncle Ron. You know, if there's something in the corner. There used to be, with Uncle Ron, a little signature in the corner of a map somewhere. Let me have a little look for that while you guys make any requests, stroke suggestions, or comments, or predictions for the ratings. I haven't even thought about it yet. Don't think we've got a signature on this map. This is one over here. Nope. Right, signature free. All right. You don't get bonus points for signing it, but it is something, isn't it? Right, let me park that down about here, and we'll give this thing some scores, shall we? Oh, hang on a second. What have we got here? Just seeing catching up with the chat. So yeah, hi Dexy, it's BonBonB. That was me indeed. Wait, these two round brown patches with trees and a long lake. Did you see that correctly? Two round brown patches with trees and a long... Oh, stop it. Stop it, Gerard. I'm not going back and having another look at it just to be puerile. I'm tempted, but I'm not going to. Oh, I've got to. I've got to. You've got to make me do it. Hang on. It's a bit squint, isn't it? No. I'm not giving you that. This is more like an exclamation point than what you're making it out to be. You bad boy. See, this is more like it, you know? Oh, where were we? somewhere over here probably. Nice river shape. So, how are we going to rate this thing? Aesthetically, I think I like it. I like it quite a lot. It's visually striking, visually memorable. We've got a good theme for what we're playing with here. 100% vanilla, and it still looks blinking marvelous. Made in 4 hours. I mean, you don't get bonus points for making a map brilliant and in a short amount of time. Time doesn't come into it when it comes to the ratings. But yeah, I think we're going to go 4 stars. I'm going to go towards the lower end. I don't think we can go really crazy high on this one, but it's not a super low. Sort of midway between bottom and middle 4. So there, somewhere in that area. Detailing is, it's fine. It's not amazing. There are a few minor things holding it down. The question is there enough here to bring it to 4-star standards? And I think it's close, because once again we are recreating an area. I've not been and checked the areas, so I'm going to give benefit of the doubt on one or two things. There are 1 or 2 things I'm pretty sure are actually just like glitchy game style, but 1 or 2 that I think are possibly how the actual terrain is in real life and how the networks work with them. All told, I think it's hard to justify a 4th star. So I'm going to go for a top end of 3. There's nothing wrong with this one. It is good work. It feels like it just needs a little, it's 4 hours map. It's a 4-hour map. And I would say in this day and age, a 20-hour map's a fairly quick build. So to do it in 4 hours is amazing. So yeah, I'm going to go for a top end of 3. Gameplay. Well, for a real life location recreation map, everything is in place. We haven't dropped any points. A few of the rivers feel a little bit underwhelming in terms of when you're wanting to build up and into the rivers and for detailing. So there'll probably be some river work required for the player. But I think it probably is the main city build area, which is where we're going to be concentrating our build, is still excellent. So I'm going to go 4 stars, but I'm going to go low. Not bottom, but low 4. Just a tad below what we had for aesthetics. But 4 stars is 4 stars. This is what you're aiming for. And to hit 4 stars, 2 lots of 4 stars in a 4-hour map, I think is remarkable. Yeah, if you'd said to me how long do you reckon Uncle Ron spent on this one, I would have guessed about 15. So literally, I mean, almost literally 4 times the amount of time. Yeah, if I had to predict, yeah, I wouldn't have thought they spent 100 hours on it, but I would never have guessed 4 hours. So, Uncle Ron, you have done well. 11 stars. Seal of approval. Sometimes with 11 stars, in fact, I've given it for 10 stars once, I think. Do I feel a seal of approval? I don't. It's good. It's very, very good. But I think in terms of real life location maps, I think I would recommend one of several others ahead of this one. But if you want to play this one, you're going to have a good time. So there is a little bit of approval there. You don't get 11 stars making a bad map, do you? You don't. Right, so where we goes? AB goodness, I can start betting. You can start betting on. Gamble on. So there are a lot. I mean, if you watch enough of the shows, you basically know even without them. See there, 4-3. Yeah. I see. Yes, you predicted that. I see. Yeah. Yeah, just about. I agree. I concur with your ratings. But yeah, it's a fine bit of work. So what I've got to do now is I have got to record cinematics for this one. I will be back for the BonBon Buddies with... I'm just going to check to make sure that I am referring to the correct map next. Yes, it's... oh no, because we did... Cities by Diana. We did them last week, didn't we? She was on this morning's show. We've got Sarai Strait, Sarai Strait, by It's Jalex as the creator request map, and so that is one for about an hour or so's time for those of you that are channel supporters and want to watch and follow along. I'm going to go and grab some dinner first because I have not eaten yet and will be interrupted not by motorbikes but by growling bellies, and nobody wants to hear my belly growling. Anyway, yes, that was a good one. That was a very good one. 100% vanilla, real life location, very strong. What can I say? No awards though. No awards. So anyway, I don't know if Uncle Ron's still with us, but you did good. Yeah, did a good thing. Right, okay, I'm going to go and grab some dinner, set up this, and I've got to think about this. My rendering software is a nightmare. Be Misty, hello Misty. Yeah, indeedy, thank you very much. Yes, I've got plenty more work to do tonight before I can rest. Anyway, thanks everybody. Thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. If you're not already, hit the like button. Now's the right time to do so. I'll be back for a few of you later, and I'll see the rest of you as and when. Have a good one. Thanks for watching.
Come here now, girl.